But what I kept hearing in Las Vegas this week from people that got good information from the Canelo camp is that the Crawford fight is a very legit possibility next. You know, some type of Riyadh season, PBC joint promotion. They want to do it here. Money talks, and Turkey Al-Sheikh has a lot of it. So, and in regards to a Canelo Crawford fight, I understand why Antt and others would think Crawford can turn Canelo in the center of the ring with his length and beat him. I would still favor Alvarez. I still favor Canelo because I do think he'd have to pick it up a little bit from what he did last night. He'd have to get the head movement back going. But the guy who fought Charlo, I think could get the job done. The guy who just fought the version of Canelo that was in the ring a year against Charlo, I think can get the job done. Because I think
Crawford?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's it's my opinion, but I think that it'll be hard for Terence to keep Canelo off of him. And Crawford with those long arms is such a dynamic, unique offensive fighter and all that, but I think Canelo is actually a more compact puncher than him. And I think Canelo's hand speed is underrated. You see this big, burly, stocky 5'8" guy, you don't think he's going to have his hand speed will surprise you. He's explosive. And you see how Madrimov was able to place the right hand. Again, styles make fights. Canelo doesn't have Madrimov's youth and feet and feints, but he's Canelo, and that's Madrimov. And he
can't fight Canelo the way he fought him.
Who? No, Crawford. Yeah. But
yeah.
And I don't know. Look, if Crawford had the Victor Postal era legs and could somehow that was 8 years ago, and if those legs could somehow exist at 37 years old at 168 pounds, then yeah, maybe he would be able to turn Canelo and do it. But even against Spence, he moved just enough. And the jab was beautiful against Spence. That jab would be key against Canelo. It always is key against Canelo. The jab is the key, right? But it was really the counter punching. And if and I just don't know. Once he gets in there with Canelo, man, Crawford is Crawford. I mean, he's a monster, but he may not be able to keep this guy off of him, and he may not feel as comfortable. The Canelo's fights have a pattern. If you're not Bivol the last couple years ago, you get back from pillar to post, you can't keep him off of you, and he's compact and sharp and explosive, and you don't really want to trade. And you could see Crawford, get backed up a lot on the back foot, maybe not let his hands go that much. I mean, anything's possible. Crawford's that kind of fighter. I'd favor Canelo.
I favor craziness, and I favor keeping you humble at all times. You know how impressed I was first when Crawford had us come to Omaha.
Yeah.
We however your house look, we're in a house 10 times worse than that. He up in there chilling, comfortable. He up millions. But that stuff like that keeps him grounded.
He still has a part of him that's uncivilized, which is good.
Yeah.
He still seems like he'll gut a fish from the water.
And he don't care.
Yeah, like he's still a savage.
Hate me, but I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Hell of a fight.
Hate me, but I think it's a 50-50 fight. It's really, really hard for me to see Canelo losing to Crawford. But it's also, there's things that I can see that Crawford is so good at.
Yeah.
That it's like, I can't see him not being able to be sharp and do that round after round, man. Shit.
Good fight. You calling the fight?
I better.
Okay,
I think Canelo, because you were saying you think he'd only do it for Benavidez. He better for Crawford. Even though you think he's smaller, he's not going to be able to withstand the power all the way up there.
Don't overlook it.
Your head movement has to be back on point if you're Canelo.
That could be the bias in me saying that he won't do it, because I do know that, if he comes in firing on all cylinders.
Can't underestimate Terence Crawford. I don't care how small he is.
It's like it's only a matter of time, a Canelo that's firing on cylinders. But, I look at things like the number one thing I know about Crawford, about Bud, a lot of people will talk about the fights that he had in the past, and we seen him get rocked by this guy, we seen him get rocked by that guy. Yeah, we did. But when he got in with the best, we saw him as sharp as he ever was.
Yeah. The Postal fight, Spence fight.
That's just who he is.
Porter fight?
That's just who he is. So
Shawn was getting
goddamn, I don't know.
We hype for it.
Yeah,
we ready for it.
Yeah.